good afternoon, good evening, world. Welcome to Golden Rule Day. This is the environment sector coming to you from the Charter for Compassion. I'm Jennifer Wilhoit, co-lead with Kate Trika of the environment sector at the Charter. You'll also meet today our volunteers Nancy Sick, Alexandra Guanvala, and Paula Swenson. We in the environment sector see that there's a lot of work to be done globally in regard to this beautiful planet Earth on which we live. Each of us are working on environmental initiatives in our personal lives, in our communities, professionally, and of course, here at the Charter. While we acknowledge the vital importance of every single one of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, the environment sector has selected 4 that are our special focus for this year. They are as follows: SDG number 6, clean water and sanitation, and we have in our sector Kate and Nancy working on those projects. SDG number 12 is responsible consumption and production, and we have Alexander and Cameroon working on those initiatives. We have SDG number 13, climate action, for which Kate and I are doing some efforts. And we have SDG number 15, life on land, and our volunteer Paula is working on some things there. We have already had a number of sector events this year, but we want to tell you about 2, especially that are coming up this month in April. The first is in regard to the Charter for Compassion's film series, and our sector has chosen the very inspiring film Tomorrow, and that conversation about that film is going to take place on April 20th. And then the following week, on April 27th, we are going to have our sector's bi-monthly Terra event, which is a film and discussion forum. This month of April, we will be looking at the encyclical by Pope Francis, the Laudato Si, on care for a common home. And a person does not have to have read that in order to come to that discussion. But in that discussion, we also do some reflective work. We talk a little bit about what some of the takeaway messages were from the media that we're looking at. And then we do some intention building individually and collectively about how we want to make some efforts, additional efforts on behalf of the planet. So you can get more information about all of these events, including how to register, on our website. And our lovely Kate is going to give a tour of how to get to that part of our website shortly. So now I will pass it on to Kate.
Hi, I'm Kate Trinka, the other co-lead for the environment sector. Happy Golden Rule Day, everyone. One of the ways that the environment sector is trying to recognize and put the Golden Rule in place is by relaunching the Compassion Tree Project. Our goal is to plant 7.7 billion trees, uniting the efforts of already existing tree planting projects around the world. The goal in planting these trees is to demonstrate our commitment and responsibility to regreen the world. I think many of you are aware that clear cuttings of our forests are happening all over, and the Compassion Tree Project seeks to stop this type of deforestation, especially the clear cutting of our old growth forests. The Compassion Tree Project, also known as the CTP, is also about encouraging agroforestry, which helps improve soil quality and helps produce thriving trees and other crops that help provide food, medicines, and shelter for humans and the more than humans. Good quality soil also improves the water cycle, as well as enriching our food. The CTP was off to a pretty good start in 2019. Some of our compassionate cities jumped on right away, along with some of our partner organizations, with the first compassion tree being planted by a small group of children at the Mountain Retreat and Learning Center in North Carolina. Other examples are Monterey, Compassionate Monterey in Mexico. They planted 32,000 trees and challenged their sister city in San Antonio, Texas, to get planting, and they did. Compassionate Fayetteville in Arkansas, Compassionate Appleton in Wisconsin, and Compassionate Ballarat in Australia also joined in starting to plant. Then came COVID. We're hoping now that COVID has shifted away from a pandemic status that we can reinvigorate this project with your help and with the help of your local communities. The great thing about this project is that you can contribute either by planting a tree or a grove of trees, or by starting a tree planting project in your community. Then tell us all about it so we can feature it on our website. If you're not in the position to plant trees, we understand, but maybe you can help us out financially with a monthly or a one-time donation. I'm going to show you how to find more information about the Compassion Tree Project. And as Jen mentioned, we'll be able to see the environment sector page along the way. So I'm going to share my screen really quick for you. And here's the charter's homepage. And if you go to the sectors, you can run down to where it says environment. Click on that, and you'll see over on the right-hand section here, the Compassion Tree Project. But while we're here, you can see our environment sector page, and it talks about the Terra Film and Book Forum that Jen was talking about and some other things that are happening here. So I'm going to click on the Compassion Tree Project, and here you'll find information, more information about what it's all about, as well as the existing Compassion Tree projects, which aren't all featured here yet. We're still working on updating this website. So that's how easy you can find that. And I just want to say a couple more things. We're already working with 2 partner organizations that implement not only tree planting, but agroforestry efforts in 2 different locations in Africa, the Green World Campaign in Kenya and the Community Green Engagement in Cameroon. We hope you'll join us in regreening the planet so we have clean air to breathe, healthy soil to grow our food, shade, shelter, and beauty for all of us to thrive. Thanks, and now I'm going to pass it off to Nancy.
Thank you, Kate. Hi, I am Nancy Zick. I am a newly recruited volunteer for the environment sector. Through my involvement with the women and girls sector, I was introduced to Kate Trinka, who invited me to check out the environment sector. It is here that I found a place to serve for the greater good of humanity. I am a spiritual and environmental enthusiast, and I feel called to deepen my awareness and passion for healing our beautiful planet. The environment sector is a perfect fit for me. At the 2018 Parliament of the World's Religions gathering, I became acutely aware of the impending danger our planet faces regarding clean water and sanitation. Feeling a bit overwhelmed and inadequate, I wasn't sure how I could make a difference. Throughout my life, I have witnessed the power of healing available to all living beings and experienced it for myself. So Heal the Waters felt like a perfect fit for me to focus my attention. Heal the Waters began in 2010 by Kate Trinka. The intention of this special event is to hold sacred ceremony, giving thanks for and sending intentional healing prayers to the waters of this planet, the lifeblood of our Mother Earth and the source of life for all living beings. It is especially important for us to remember to treat our waters as we want to be treated. Heal the Waters is a ceremony which recognizes and honors the source of life for all. Indigenous grandmothers across all continents are encouraging women everywhere to actively engage in honoring this precious resource due to the increasingly grave dangers our waters are facing. Held annually on May 1st at 5:01 p.m., our vision is to create a worldwide event drawing awareness to the preciousness of this sacred gift of life. You are invited to become a part of this worldwide wave of ceremony to honor the earth. You will see below there are many different areas that are already participating in either a small or large ceremony. And you too can get your area listed here if you would like. You can contact us if this interests you in any way. You can contact us by filling out the information on this website, and you will see that we also have resources available to help you so that if you decide to do a program on your own, or if you decide to do just a small gathering of your friends, that would be wonderful. And now I will pass it on to Jen.
Hi again, everybody. I would like to introduce you to our sector volunteer, Paula Swenson. I'm doing a screen share here. There is Paula in the upper right corner. She is in Portugal. I want to make a note about what you're seeing, this incredible art here. This piece on the bottom, the round piece, is called Fly or Climb. It's watercolor on a quarry paper by our Paula Swenson. And on the left, these pottery vases by Sandy Early are titled Trees of Grace. So what I would like for you to do is to know that this is the project in particular that Paula has been working on is a collaboration between the arts sector of the of the Charter for Compassion and the environment sector of the Charter for Compassion. And so what I'm going to do is just read a little paragraph that went into our partner newsletter, which you too can receive if you become a partner. We send those out every month or every other month. And I will just read this update that Paula wrote. The Trees in the Arts project is putting down roots and getting ready to send out shoots in many directions. We are currently reaching out to visual artists in a variety of media around the globe. We're excited to see just how many artists use tree imagery as an intrinsic part of their work. We will also be bringing in contributions from writers, musicians, and any expressive form which incorporates trees, forests, and the environment in the work. This is going to be a dynamic online showcase, which we hope will continue to grow and connect tree people with amazing tree art. If you are a creator who has work which includes trees, forests as a central element, we'd love to hear from you. Or maybe you know of someone whose work you'd love to see shared. Send an email to paula@charterforcompassion.org to start a conversation and get involved. And now on to Alex.
I lead Charter for Compassion Cameroon, and also I'm the Executive Director of Community Green Engagement Cameroon, an environmental organization into ecosystem restoration. The Compassionate Tree Project is one of our main focus, and currently we are into a Compassionate Tree Nursery project. This project will benefit about 10,000 people indirectly and directly. We are starting with cocoa seedlings, oranges, and avocado seedlings. These fruit tree seedlings will sell for consumption and income generation for our community members. This project meets the Sustainable Development Goals of responsible production and consumption, and also the golden rule in that it is fostering healthy relationships between people of neighboring communities and their ecosystems. Thank you so much.
So we are going to bid farewell to you in just a moment, but before we do that, I would like to just remind everybody that the golden rule has a lot of definitions, a lot of ways that people say it. One way is to treat others and the planet as you would want to be treated. And I feel like there were three really simple ways we can do that. One is by connecting, one is by creating, and the other is by sharing. So I'm going to give you three very, very simple practices, creative and nature-based practices you can do every single day that will help us all along with this golden rule. So one practice is, I'm going to share my screen here so you have some images. So in the top left, you see my handprint in the mud. One very simple practice we can do is to take our palms open, our hands, our fingers spread wide, and just place them down on the earth around somewhere outside our home. It can be grass, it can be mud, it can be rocks, it can be a tree trunk, and just abide there for however long you're comfortable, some seconds or some minutes. Maybe consider closing your eyes and just feel that connection with whatever it is you're touching, whoever it is you're touching in the natural world. A second way is to make some very simple beauty. And in this upper right image, you see a circular configuration of some natural items. They actually came from a bouquet, but you can use whatever's in your yard, rocks or sand or soil or fallen leaves or whatever, and create a circular form. And that is a way of making beauty. You might even consider taking a photograph of it for yourself later, and you can leave it in the place where you made it, or you can pick up all the pieces when you're done, up to you. And then a third way that we can practice kind treatment is by sharing beauty with others. And so in this bottom image, I have a photo I took here on the island where I live, right off the shore. And I took that photo and then I shared it with others. And you can do that too, finding something beautiful in your yard, the way a bud is forming in the springtime on a tree limb, and simply take a photograph of that and then share it with somebody who's in need, maybe somebody who's suffering in some way or needs a little kindness or is shut in someplace and needs a little bit of nature's beauty. And you can offer that to them. And again, it's a way that we can practice the golden rule. So we at the environment sector have been so pleased and honored to be able to share this little bit of time with you. We hope that you'll join our events, and most of all, we hope that you will be a keeper and a holder of the golden rule in your own life and communities. We thank you so much for your time and attention, and we bid you farewell.
Happy Golden Rule Day.
Happy Golden Rule Day.
Happy Golden Rule Day.